ChatGPT. By now, most of you have probably heard this name, but how many of you know what it means? And how can it benefit you in your stamp collecting journey, whether you are a beginner or a longtime hobbyist? Stick around because in this video, I will ask ChatGPT 7 important stamp questions and share the results with you. Before we begin, if you find these videos useful, please show your support by taking a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. That way, you won't miss any new videos and you will help grow the channel. Alright, let's get into it. Released in November 2022, ChatGPT is a massive language model developed by OpenAI based on something called Generative Pre-trained Transformer Architecture. As an artificial intelligence chatbot, it can answer user questions by sifting through text from the internet, books, and other sources, all within seconds. In addition to answering questions, ChatGPT can create text, translate languages, and summarize articles. There are also risks in using this service, particularly with plagiarism, but that is a different topic, perhaps for a future video. To access ChatGPT, simply visit the website chat.openai.com. You will be prompted to provide an email address and password, and once you register for free, you can begin. Since this is a channel about stamp collecting, I want to see what ChatGPT can tell us about the hobby. The first question I will ask is, how to start a stamp collection? And let's see what happens. So you can see we're already receiving a lot of information. The AI chat box is generating a response to the question, how to start a stamp collection. So I'm just going to read from the top our response. It says, starting a stamp collection can be a fun and educational hobby. Here are some steps to help you get started. 1. Determine what type of stamps you want to collect. There are several types of stamps, such as commemorative, definitive, topical, and first day covers. Decide which ones you want to collect. 2. Get some basic supplies. You will need some basic supplies like stamp albums, stamp tongs, hinges, magnifying glass, and watermark detector. These supplies will help you store and organize your stamps properly. 3. Start collecting stamps. Begin by asking friends and family members if they have any stamps they would like to donate or sell. You can also purchase stamps from dealers or online auction sites. 4. Learn about stamp grading and valuation. It's essential to learn about stamp grading and valuation. This knowledge will help you identify the condition of the stamp and determine its value. 5. Join a stamp club. Joining a stamp club can help you connect with collectors and gain access to valuable resources and information. 6. Keep learning. Continue to keep learning by reading books, attending stamp shows, and talking with other collectors. Remember, stamp collecting is a fun and rewarding hobby, but it can also be time-consuming and expensive. Start small and gradually build your collection over time. That was really cool. So I want to ask another question, which is, what type of stamps exist? And as you can see, we are already receiving a lot of information within just a matter of seconds at our fingertips. And I will share the feedback as the AI is producing this. It reads, there are many types of stamps that exist, including commemorative stamps, which are issued to commemorate a particular person, event, or theme. Definitive stamps, which are regular stamps that are used for everyday postage. Topical stamps, These are stamps that depict a particular theme or subject, such as animals, sports, or space exploration. First day covers. These are envelopes that have been postmarked on the first day of issue for a particular stamp. Postage due stamps are stamps that are used to pay for postage that was not paid at the time of mailing. Revenue stamps. These are stamps that are used to collect taxes or fees, such as on legal documents or alcohol. Airmail stamps. These are stamps that are used for airmail delivery. They are often more expensive than regular stamps. Special delivery stamps are stamps that are used to pay for special delivery services, such as overnight delivery. And semi-postal stamps, which are stamps that are sold at a higher price than regular stamps, with the extra money going to a specific charity or cause. Then it goes on to say, these are just a few examples of the types of stamps that exist. Stamp collecting can be a fascinating and diverse hobby with a wide variety of stamps to collect and explore. The next question I will ask is, where is the best place to buy stamps? And let's see what it says. The AI is thinking as it's generating a response. Here we go, and we have our response. Just going to scroll up a bit. It says the best place to buy stamps will depend on your specific needs and preferences. Here are a few options to consider: post offices, online retailers, stamp shows, local stamp clubs, and convenience stores and grocery stores. Then it goes on to say, when purchasing stamps, be sure to check the denomination and type of stamp you need for your mailing purposes, as well as any additional features such as commemorative or limited edition designs. Well, that was a helpful response to my question. So the next question I will ask is, who owns the largest stamp collection in the world? The largest stamp collection in the world is owned by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. Her collection is estimated to contain over 500,000 individual items, including rare and valuable stamps from all over the world. The collection was started by her grandfather, King George V, and has been maintained and expanded by successive members of the royal family. The collection is not only extensive, but also has historical significance, as many of the stamps reflect important events in the history of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. Speaking of who owns the largest stamp collection in the world, why don't we ask, what is the most valuable stamp in the world? The most valuable stamp in the world is the British Guiana 1-cent magenta stamp. It was issued in 1856 in British Guiana, now Guyana, and is the only surviving example of its kind. The stamp was produced as a contingency measure when a shipment of official stamps was delayed. The design features a sailing ship and the colony's motto in Latin. In 2014, the British Guiana 1-cent magenta stamp was sold at auction in New York for a record-breaking price of $9.5 million US, making it the most valuable stamp in the world. The stamp has a fascinating history and has been owned by many notable collectors over the years. Its rarity, historical significance, and beauty all contribute to its incredible value. That was really fascinating and quite interesting. And out of curiosity, I will ask, what is the most controversial postage stamp? And let's see what it says. There have been several controversial postage stamps over the year, but one that stands out is the 1937 Chiang Kai-shek stamp issued by the government of the Republic of China, ROC. The stamp featured a portrait of Chiang Kai-shek, the leader of the ROC, and was intended to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the ROC's founding. However, the stamp quickly became controversial because it was discovered that the portrait was based on a photograph of Chiang that had been altered to make him look more handsome and heroic. The alterations, including making his face narrower, his eyes wider, and his chin more prominent. The stamp was criticized for promoting a cult of personality around Chiang and for distorting his appearance for political purposes. The controversy surrounding the stamp led to protests and debates within China and beyond. Some saw it as a symbol of the ROC's authoritarian government, while others defended it as a legitimate commemoration of a national leader. The stamp's legacy continues to be debated to this day, and it remains a fascinating example of the intersection of politics and stamp design. Well, I certainly learned something new with that question. And for my final question, I will ask, and just for fun, why does stamp collecting rock? Or why is stamp collecting awesome? I just want to see if the AI has a sense of humor. There are many reasons why stamp collecting rocks. Here are just a few. It's educational. Stamp collecting can be a great way to learn about history, geography, culture, and more. It's affordable. Stamp collecting, and let me just go up here, can be a relatively inexpensive hobby, especially compared to other collecting hobbies like arts or antiques. Many stamps can be obtained for just a few cents or dollars, making it accessible to people of all ages and income levels. It's social. Stamp collecting can be a great way to connect with other collectors and enthusiasts. It's diverse. There are thousands of different types of stamps from all over the world, so collectors can focus on a particular theme or region that interests them. It's fun. Above all, stamp collecting is just plain fun. There's something thrilling about discovering a rare or unusual stamp, completing a set, or sharing your collection with others. The satisfaction of building a collection over time can be incredibly rewarding. Well, I like these responses and I couldn't agree more. Here's a bonus question. What will the hobby of stamp collecting look like in the year 2050? Let's see what happens. Wow, this is really incredible. It's the AI software is telling us its predictions for what the stamp collecting hobby will look like in the year 2050, and it's writing a lot, so let's see what it says. Predicting the future is always uncertain, but I can offer some possible scenarios for what stamp collecting might look like in the year 2050 based on current trends and emerging technologies. Digitization. With the continued digitization of the world, it's possible that stamp collecting will become more digital as well. Collectors may use online platforms to buy, sell, and trade stamps from around the world. Digital albums may replace physical albums, and stamp identification software may become more sophisticated, allowing collectors to identify stamps more easily and accurately. Artificial intelligence. As AI technology improves, it could be used to help collectors identify rare or valuable stamps. Augmented reality. In the future, collectors may use augmented reality technology to view their stamp collections in 3D or see interactive displays of the historical events depicted on the stamps. Environmental concerns. As the world becomes more environmentally conscious, stamp collecting may also become more sustainable. Collectors may opt for digital albums to reduce paper usage, and more emphasis may be placed on preserving stamps for future generations. Globalization. With the increasing globalization of the world, collectors may have access to stamps from a wider variety of countries and cultures. This could lead to more diverse collections and a deeper appreciation of the art and history of stamp design. Interesting. Overall, stamp collecting in 2050 could be a more digital, technologically advanced, and global hobby than it is today. However, it is important to note that some collectors may still prefer the traditional methods of collecting stamps, and the hobby may continue to exist in both digital and physical forms. As you can see, ChatGPT can be a powerful tool to help support your stamp collecting journey. Do you use ChatGPT or would consider using it to learn more about stamps? Let me know in the comments section. And if you would like to support this channel, the best way is to subscribe and share this video with friends and family. Until next time, happy stamping!